Good morning. Last day of February 2025. It's February 28th. Did a lot of bark and everything last Friday and put some stuff in here. And then we had a windstorm on Monday that knocked a lot of stuff down. So just a real quick run through. And you know, there's just some things over here that need to be put into the ground, of course. Frank moved all of this wood over here yesterday just to kind of get it to dry out so we can get some burn done and just kind of clean it up. Today I'd like to tackle the grapevine, the apple tree, and the pear tree, as well as the rose bush over here. And then just kind of get some of this stuff cleaned out. With this twigs and the fire, I might be able to just burn these off. Yes, Cleo, I hear you. This tree here also needs to be trimmed down, probably about to where the base levels are, and just bring that down quite a bit. It might be a little too drastic, but perhaps we can just do the top third. But I'll need to get a really tall ladder for that. Also needed to take some of the compost and dump it into the garden beds. Cut back the raspberries over here in this little corner, and that my fall raspberries. And then I've got some onion sets that I need to get into the ground, and also some seed starts. I just started some peppers on the 23rd, and I've got some of those already popping up, and I just misted those in the pantry where they're under the warmer. So I've got some jalapenos popping up and some banana peppers, as well as some sweet peppers. Yes, hey Donnie. A lot of these over here just got kind of covered up, which is fine, whatever. The rose, oh my gosh, Carly Rose grass start needs to come out too and probably be moved. Might even be beneficial to kind of move them closer to the fence, honestly, so they can kind of be along the backside. But anyway, one of my favorite iris is this really deep dark purple. I love the color of those. And then the blue. This guy needs to move. I told Frank that we can split him up and divide him over in here. And then these heucheras need to get into the ground, and I need to take out the bergenias. And then a lot of tulips are popping up back here. More bergenias, heucheras. And then this is like one of the new little iris that I had picked up. And there's supposed to be a bunch of other little small ones in here. Hopefully they don't get trampled. It looks like some of them already have, but yeah, there's a couple of them in here. And let's see. Rooster got knocked. And there's a bunch of stuff over here, and that guy's super annoying with his damn chainsaw. Now I just want to cut him down with it. Let's see. Everything over here looks pretty good. Do need to take this guy off though, so we can get that tulip under there. A couple of other tulips that should have been coming up over here, but I thought I had some over here in this area, but I don't really see any coming up, so it looks like I'll have to replant some. And I've got some bulbs for that. Transplanted some of the pheasant grass over here just to see if I can get them started, and then I cleaned out a lot of this over here yesterday, trying to get some of this grass out of here, and then have my little idea to do like a swirl of boxwoods, and then like another swirl kind of coming into it of like the redwood dogwoods. I have that written down on one of my composition books that I do some journaling with for garden journaling. Frank pushed this little log back over here yesterday as well. So my other Asian pear tree right here. He probably doesn't need to be trimmed back, but I love seeing the crocus and the daffodils together, and it looks like we've got some slugs. So, and then I need to kind of weed out all of this grass over here too. I'm just trying to I'm taking this stuff out. It's too much. And then also it looks possibly cutting these back, dividing the pulmonarias. I can see some daffodils and iris kind of popping up around in here. I need to plant that hydrangea up under that tree so he can climb. And kind of just haven't done much over here yet, but looks like I can never remember the name of this stuff, but it pops up every spring. And there's a white patch here, and then there's like a patch over here between this tree and the rock. You can see hyacinths in there. And then this is kind of like my next project, is like all in here. Getting the stuff out of here and then replacing it. So, and it starts with the trash. So if I get that out of there, cut back my clematis and everything, and just kind of gradually place stuff back in here, and then move some of these little starter pulmonarias that are like these pinks. There's another one back in there. I think there's a couple more around in here, but there's a few that have just kind of started in here, so all in there. This is a maple that has just kind of started from this guy here. And then I believe we are going to have to move the magnolia. This is the centennial bush, or blush, I'm sorry. Magnolia stellata, centennial blush. The other one's looking really good, but this one doesn't look like it's going to bloom at all. He's just going to have some leaves. My other one has like big fluffy poofs that are even much bigger than this. So it looks like I can't forget about that rose bush too. So always work to be done in the garden. I had some, well, I had another maple that was over here, but it looks like it got dug up when we had the mass cleaning last week. And then the iris, they're coming up in between. Cleaned a lot of this up. The dogs are running through right there, kicking up a lot. Windstorm left a lot of debris and knocked things over, but for the most part, I think everything's doing okay. And then a lot of these little muscaries are popping up and happy, so they're just kind of dotted around in here. And then I've got like these white daffodils that need to get planted as well. So the pheasant's eye, narcissus, and also like the big apricot tulips. I need to get the tulips around in here. I had hoped to do, well, I planted some over here underneath the tree, and then I like to have just like a smattering. There's a couple over in here by the chicken coop, and then I don't think I have any in front of the chicken coop, but I've got like maybe 1, 2, 3 over here. So I'd just like to have a little bit here, a little bit here, and move all the way over here. And then I have like my purple and white tulips like in this area. And then I think these are like the pinks, the bright pinks that I really liked last year. And then the azaleas are going to be bright pink as well, which that one's knocked over. I need to pick them up. And that's all for today. Say bye, Oscar.